To videographer editor Dan Boise for that report. Hundreds of athletes recently journeyed to Cape Cod for the annual Falmouth Sprint Triathlon. Among the masses were first-time triathletes John Mooney and Rob Haley, who decided a little swimming, biking, and running was the perfect way to spend the day.
It seemed like a thing to do, you know. Sometimes you need to challenge yourself, and I don't know, what better way to see Cape Cod than swimming, biking, and running through it.
That's exactly what John Mooney and Rob Haley did as they arrived in Falmouth, along with 600 others for the Falmouth Sprint Triathlon. So why did they pick this race as their very first?
You know, it's a good thing to do. It's one of the sprint triathlons, one of the shorter ones. So it's a 1/3 mile swim, 8-mile bike, and a 3.1 mile run. So we figure it's a good way to start out.
My training got cut a little short. I had a muscle injury, so we'll see how I hold up today. I was actually going to cancel, but you know, I couldn't do it.
So with some training under their belts and a morning's worth of preparations to be taken care of, what aspect of this race do they fear the most?
I haven't done the ocean swim yet, so you know, I'm a little worried about that.
We'll see. I hope I don't drown, you know. I'm not really worried about the biking and the running. I might be dead by then, so we'll see what happens.
I guess I'm trying to beat an hour and 20 minutes, but I really have no scope which to base it on.
My goal is to finish the race. That's about it, and then be able to drive home.
So with one last picture and a few well wishes from friends, John and Rob were off towards the starting line of the morning's race. And with the sound of the horn, they were off.
The hardest part, I think, was the swim, because you get in there and there's just so many people around you and you can't really see. So I just swim about 25 yards freestyle and then get up and do breaststroke and look for those big orange buoys out there.
To the first buoy, and I realized that's the furthest I've ever swum in my life. So, I mean, that was tough.
Then all that followed was an 8-mile bike ride along the rolling hills that aligned Cape Cod seashore and a 3.1-mile run along Surf Drive and Falmouth Beach, ending right back where it all began. In the end, both first-time triathletes survived. First over the line was Rob Haley.
My goal was to break an hour and 20. I got an hour, 3 minutes, and 50 seconds. So I was pretty proud of that. I did a lot better than I thought I would.
Proud of myself. I accomplished my goal. I finished the race. I'm definitely going to be back next year, hopefully, or even sooner. Hopefully with a little more training. It's a little disheartening when you see like a 7-year-old lady fly past you on a bike. So I think this will help with my training for the next one.
Would I do this again? I think I would. It would be fun to do. You know, the first time you learned a lot. I think I could do better the next time. I guess my next goal, if it's the same distances, would be to break an hour.
A quick note, Rob Haley is part of our production staff here on Dunkin' Donuts Hometown Sports. And Rob not only participated in the Sprint Triathlon, he produced that piece as well. Rob, you are the man. Great work on both ends. After this